Good afternoon, NEF Atsugi community. I'm Captain Manning Montagne, and joining me again is our Command Master Chief.
Command Master Chief Daniel Irwin. Thanks, Skipper, and thanks to the NAFA community for joining us today.
So let me start out with a few notes of thanks. First, I'd like to thank the Command Heritage Committee for successfully bringing us a remote moving tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King in light of the social distancing policies that eliminated our usual cultural assemblies. Personally, I had the privilege of teaching for about 3 years before this tour. 1 week out of the semester, we focused on the differences in equity versus equality. And we leveraged the teachings of Dr. Martin Luther King. He was a great man with a great message, and his service changed our country for the better. If you haven't read his Letters from Birmingham Jail, I highly recommend it. So great work by the committee in memorializing this great man. If you haven't seen it, please do so. It is still available here on Facebook. Second, thank you to the larger NAFA community for joining us last week for our live town hall event. We brought the latest information on the COVID-19 vaccine.
You know, Skipper, that you're absolutely correct. It was extremely well received. At any given moment, we had more than 200 participants and earned more than 2,500 engagements overall. I think this shows an inspiring level of interest and participation by our community.
As a quick recap, we were joined by, and I want to thank the Branch Health Clinic Director, Commander William Bennett, and the Senior Medical Officer, Lieutenant Commander Kyle Harvey. Generally, the questions fell into 3 basic categories. How effective is the vaccine? When can we get it? And when can we lift the health restrictive measures? As we learned, the vaccine is 95% effective at protecting you from COVID-19. And it's 100% effective at protecting you from a severe case of COVID-19. So those are awesome numbers, and hopefully will help alleviate any anxiety about getting the vaccine.
And it's proven to be tremendously safe as well. One of the most reassuring messages I heard from the skipper and from the team that day was the safety of the vaccine. I know when we took the vaccine about 2 weeks ago, it was quick, easy, relatively painless, and with no issues. A little bit of a local pain, but with any shot. And so I'm very confident in encouraging our sailors and our community to take the vaccine. It's certainly a gateway to ending our restrictions.
And we all want that.
Absolutely.
So that addresses 2 other concerns. When can folks get it? And when will the health restrictions get lifted? Well, in short, you can't get to the second part before you go through the first. So phase 1 is well underway, and we're on the horizon for phase 2. And hopefully looking at general vaccinations by early or mid-March. But as far as lifting the restrictions go, we need to reach a level of effectiveness. We call this effectiveness herd immunity. That reverses cases substantially to a point where DoD medical authorities can recommend easing those restrictions. Now, immunity comes slowly through a natural process, or you can get there more rapidly with the community-wide increased vaccinations. Presently, it is a personal choice if you want to get it or not. It is optional for the uniformed and the civilian alike at this point, but it's been indicated that we need at least 70% immunity, either naturally or through the vaccinations, to consider us out of the woods.
So that really does translate to our encouragement that folks considering taking the vaccine carefully. I want to emphasize that the military readiness element to this choice as well. From the deck plate sailor to every rank, we also want to ensure that we can sustain our mission and conduct operations without the obstacles that this pandemic continues to throw at us. So again, we're highly encouraging everyone to do your research and come to an informed choice regarding the vaccine.
Righto. So finally, folks, please consult only official and authorized sources of information from the CDC, Navy Medicine, our Branch Health Clinic. We put their information on our Facebook page. There are a lot of rumors out there that are simply incorrect. And they should not be a reason we slow our march to community immunity. Let's take a second to remember how we got here Japan right now is in its highest state of readiness. Cases are still on the rise, and the virus is still reaching us inside of our own fence line. The virus is more prevalent now in Japan than at any time since it reached Japan's shores. But now we have the means to kill it. It's just a matter of time. So let's wrap this up. I want to thank everyone again for joining us here today. Master Chief, thank you for joining me, as always, and we'll see you next time on the next Captain's Call. Thank you.